Wolverine 59 of Gamers X here. So, I finally got around to watching Andor, last two episodes. The last two episodes, and the way I've been doing it the same way I did the Daredevil Born Again. Watching two episodes whenever I can. And yeah, I should have done it when the episodes aired, but I had like busy few weeks, so I couldn't until I finally figured on Sunday. You know what? Gotta do it. So, with the second season, yeah, there was some stuff that should have been addressed, like Andor's sister and what happened with Mon Mothma's daughter. Because when the show starts, you see that she's going through this wedding. Because in Mon Mothma's culture, there's supposed to be a wedding around. What was her age? She could have been at least 16, 17, right? But anywho, so it's like basically they get married at a young age, and it's an arranged marriage, and Mon Mothma has like issues with it, knowing the beliefs of who's gonna be her son-in-law, and who's basically, I mean, seeing that her future son-in-law, and his parents are like they're definitely they're definitely the kind of people that are you sure you want to do this? And that's what she says to her daughter, like, are you sure you want to do this? Because, I had doubts with being with your father, but my mom had me do it anyway. If you want to back out, tell me. I will gladly help. And her daughter, I mean, like, if you only think about in the first season, like how bad her daughter is. Well, not it. Okay, it's like her and her daughter are like so estranged. Like, she's trying to show her daughter, the reasoning of how she is. Like, Mon Mothma wants her daughter to think for herself, be uh, be kind to people, things like that. Like, she wants her to she wants her daughter to have those values instilled. And okay, no, Mon Mothma wants her values instilled in her daughter. There we go. Something of that nature. So, but the wedding happens, and we see how Bix and I forget her husband's name, how they were managing while Andor's been away on missions. So, we know that they done something that we never see in Star Wars, but I'm not gonna say it. But you know what happened there. Didn't expect that they would put something like that. I was shocked. But anywho, but Andor was too late to say. Cassian was too like to save her husband. Because we know they were friends. And Bush, okay, we see how they get to Yavin 4. Yavin 4 was basically, it was just basically a planet where you don't want to go to until they get there. And I love how they did that they show how Yavin 4 becomes the home base. Then yeah, we see as a home base. We see how Bix and Andor, they've been slowly having romance and having how Dedra was, because what Dedra did was doing horrible interrogations on her within within her mind, and that put a lot of PTSD on her. And we see what's been going on with Saul Guerrera and I'm trying to remember Stellan Skarsgård. Oh, Luthin. Like Luthin, like yeah, he and Mon Mothma are the creators of the rebellion. That's something. And Bell Organa, they built this whole thing, and you see how it's on the rise. You see how Luthin's doing, but he's doing it from what I was seeing. It's like almost like how you have a cause, and it's a great cause, but somehow it'll turn like, are you really fighting for the cause, or are you really losing yourself? That kind of way. And that's what I was getting from it. Like, okay, is he losing himself in it? Is he getting too much? Are they trying to say that the rebellion went a bit much? Excuse me. But that wasn't. I mean, somewhat was, and we get what happened with the Gormans, why they were going after the Gormans, was so that way they get the Kyber crystal, which powers up the Death Star, and that's the thing. I love that Mon Mothma called out Palpatine. I love that episode. That was good for her to come out and go, I've been part of this republic for years, and I hate how the Empire is. So I'm calling out Emperor Palpatine for all the things that he's doing. That gets her in a world of trouble, but the rebellion helps her. Cassian helps her. And that's the thing. Okay, going back to Luthin, as I'm recalling, he comes to him saying, your girlfriend though, she's a liability, and Cassian's like, what? Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm doing one more job for you. Whatever you're gonna do, Okay, fine. But then I'm out. Then I'm out. And it sucks for Cassian that Bix leaves her. But also it's like, okay, the relation, well, that happens like towards the end. But, okay, just think of how Luthin is again, that's like how I said earlier about having a cause and are you really fighting for something or are you losing yourself? Like, he's, like, you see how, like, between Cassie and Luthin, their relationship strained a little. So when Luthin dies, well, yeah, Dedra tries to get him arrested for all the crimes that she was doing illegally. And it's funny how the Empire was going about that, knowing that everything they do is not what the Republic would do. So, I'll post the guy that's been hunting Cassian throughout the whole series. He he was married to her, or at least living together with her, and the relationship, it was nah. Like, I wasn't buying it. Even his own mom, like, that's the thing. Like Dedra was calling the shots, and yeah, it was. But anywho, she goes through trying to get Cassian. Oh, by the way, the guy hunting Cassian, he ends up trying to get Cassian, but not anymore. Not anymore. Anywho, she tries to get Luthin, but Luthin had the idea of taking himself out, and yeah, we see that we do get a glimpse of who he was. He was part of the Imperial Order, and seeing what the Imperial Order was gonna do, he was like, no, I'm gonna start a rebellion. But it pays off that monologue from the first season where he was saying, I shall fight for a sunset I'll never see. Like, he's trying to push for that, and he did it. He never got to see the sunset, but he pushed for it. And by the way, I love how they did the K2SO, Bravo, and seriously, when I was hearing one of the stormtroopers, saying we're gonna get Luthin's assistant and we're gonna have arrested, I thought it was Andy Serkis. I'm like, oh wait, he survived and he's now part of the Empire. But no, it was somebody else, completely different. But we do get an ending. We got an ending where it is tying to Rogue One. Turns out Cassian does have a child with Bix, but he's not gonna know, sadly. Then it becomes that he's going in because Luthin's assistant said, okay, look, here's what's happening. We gotta save Galen Urso or take him out. Well, that's what happens. That was Cassian's last mission he was gonna take out Galen, but we need to get the plans. They have this super weapon. It's gonna take out a whole planet. We gotta do something. And you see him wear that iconic jacket that he wore throughout the whole show. The whole movie, sorry. But overall, I enjoyed it, and I loved how Tony Gilroy, executed the show. I want to see more something like this. Star Wars should grow. Should some stuff not be there? I mean, if I don't know, but yeah, Star Wars should grow with us. But but I do want to see what they're gonna do. So be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notify bell. Oh, I give this 9.5 out of 10. Again, shoutouts are still happening. Wolverine 59 1 of Gamers X is signing out. Look forward to our card. Have a good one.